Real estate agents are dropping left and right, not because they can't sell houses, but because the only way they can make a living in their current brokerage is to chase a commission check. So would you like to have multiple streams of income? So are you wondering what the real benefits of joining eXp Realty are? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 top reasons why eXp agents are thriving while the rest of the agents are chasing commission checks for peanuts. And if you are at a 100% commission-based brokerage, you really need to listen to this because you are missing out. So if your current brokerage is not paying you stocks, revenue share, or helping you build wealth and freedom, then what exactly are you getting from your current brokerage? Hey guys, I'm Chris, your real estate problem solver. I've been a real estate investor for over 20 years, and I joined eXp not long ago because the market changed, things were getting tough on the investor side, and anything and everything was selling retail. So of course you have to move with the cheese. You got to make a living, and whatever strategy works at the current time is the one that you have to use. So I got my real estate agent's license. And then once I got into it, I realized that eXp was the place that I wanted to be. So I moved to eXp Realty because of the 3 benefits that I'm getting ready to talk to you about. And if you decide you want to partner with me in eXp Realty and learn how to be a real estate investor in conjunction with being a real estate agent, reach out to me. My information is in the description below, and I'll explain more in a minute. So if you're a realtor and you want to get more income streams rather than just your commission check, what are the most popular benefits of joining eXp Realty? Well, the top priority that everybody talks about is the revenue share. So let me explain a little bit about this. When you join a realty company, usually you will name a sponsor. Now in other brokerages, that doesn't mean very much, but at eXp Realty, that's a big deal. Let me explain why. At eXp Realty, when you sign on to the brokerage, you sign on with a sponsor, and that sponsor gets credit for bringing you in and partnering up with them as an eXp agent. So when you sign up other people under you, you get credit for bringing that person in as an eXp agent. And each time you sell a house, you get an 80-20 commission split. No, it's not 100%, but here's the benefits to having that. That 20% goes to eXp. And then out of that 20%, they turn around and pay your sponsor and the sponsor above him and the sponsor above him. Well, when you sign on people and they partner with you, the same thing happens. You get a little bit of that 20% that they made off of each of their transactions. So you're not taking anything out of their pocket. You're taking a little bit out of the company. And the more people that you partner with, the more of that revenue share you receive, to the point where you could eventually retire on just your revenue share. Let me be more specific. Real estate brokerages, a lot of them have a sponsoring program and they call it profit sharing. Well, in order for you to get paid, they got to make a profit. Now, if you do your research, you'll realize that very few brokerages actually make a profit. eXp, on the other hand, besides the fact that they are one of the few that do actually make a profit, they have revenue share. It doesn't matter whether they make a profit or not. They've already allocated that those revenues that come into the eXp company get divvied back out before taxes, before everything. Of course, you got to pay taxes on your part, but you get paid before eXp does. And that creates passive income for the real estate agents that are working for them. Now, here's another benefit to the revenue share that's really going to tweak your melon. Once you start partnering with people and you start getting that passive income from those transactions from your downline, you're going to name a beneficiary. If anything happens to you, that revenue share is inheritable, which means you name a beneficiary, you die, and your beneficiary will inherit that revenue share. Of course, they have to sign up as an eXp agent to be able to continue that process. But it is inheritable and it can continue on for however long as your beneficiary is a real estate agent and they sign up as a real estate agent under eXp. Now, where else are you going to hear about a benefit like that? Now, the second big ticket benefit to joining eXp Realty is their stock program. Wait a minute, stock benefits? Am I an employee? No, you're not an employee. You're still a real estate agent. But this is one of the unique benefits of eXp Realty. When you join up, you become a real estate agent. And of course, you're individually licensed and contracted, so on and so forth, disclosure. But in conjunction with joining eXp Realty, you get company stock from the company for certain milestones. For instance, your first transaction as a real estate agent with eXp, you get discounted company stock. Now, let me ask you, if you know anything about investing, would you enjoy a 10% return on an investment? Well, what if you got stock that was already at a 10% discount? You've already made a return on your investment. And even better, you didn't pay for it. So you're getting a 10% return on investment that you didn't even invest in. So that's a big win. Then when you sign up new agents and they partner with you, you get even more company stock. On top of that, you remember the 80-20 split in commissions. Well, once you reach $16,000 cap on your commission split, you get 100% of your commissions and you also get the discounted company stock. And then on top of that again, if you make 20 deals past your cap, eXp gives you all your cap back in company stock. So you get $16,000 in company stock at a 10% discount. So this is one way that you really start to rack up your retirement fund so you have something to build on. And when you get tired of being a real estate agent, you've still got something in your bank that you can live on. And even if that's not enough, you also have the option to log into your account and set up a 5% commission allocation out of your commissions. So when you make a transaction, when you go to closing, your commission comes to you, but then they'll also take 5% out and buy company stock with that if you choose to. I've got a 5% commission allocation on mine, and I've already built up quite a substantial amount. Most real estate brokerages are brick and mortar buildings, and you have to report into that building to have your office in order to do certain correspondence, in order for you to get your commission check from your closings, and so on and so forth. Well, what if you could do your business as a real estate agent anywhere in the world as long as you have your laptop and an internet connection? Well, that's the third benefit to working with eXp Realty. It's 100% cloud-based brokerage. You've got everything right at your fingertips. Now, most brick and mortar brokerages have a managing broker that you have to call, and they only have one. If they don't answer, you're going to have to wait. Well, what if you've got a transaction that's an emergency? Or what if you've got a question about a transaction that might be a little bit off and you're not sure what to do? Well, eXp's online cloud-based brokerage, you have access to eXp World. And what eXp World is a virtual campus where you can go anywhere in your state's brokerage virtual campus. Plus, you can go to any state in the U.S. or even internationally. So you've got access to brokers in your state, and they keep at least 2 brokers on standby monitoring eXp World and monitoring their phone during regular business hours in your state. On top of that, they also have a transaction office. So if you have any questions about your commission check, if you have any questions about completing your transaction, whether you're buying or you're listing a property, you've got immediate access to them as well. And then on top of that, if you have any questions about compliance, about your contracts, about is this legal or is this not legal, is somebody trying to do me wrong, you've got a compliance team on top of that to help you navigate through those nuances. So all in one cloud-based brokerage, you have multiple managing brokers for your state to either reach out by eXp World or by phone. You've got the transactions office that can help you with the transaction, and you've got the compliance team to help you with any legalities. That's a whole lot more than one managing broker. But wait, Chris, I get some pretty decent training at my brokerage. Oh, yeah? You think so? Well, when you join eXp, you get full access to eXp World and the 80 hours per week of live training. Everything from your onboarding class, compliance, your CE hours, they have offered for those. And even some agents offer role playing so you can practice your negotiating skills and your sales tactics. And that's all inside of eXp World. Plus, on top of that, they just changed over from Meta Workspace, whatever it was. I don't use it very much, but they had Workspace and they just transitioned over to Slack. So we've got a Slack platform for the state that you're in. They've got Slack platforms for eXp agents in general. They've got a referral program. And if you have a certain criteria of business that you want to do, for example, luxury houses, farm and ranch, beachfront properties, all those different threads and all those different specialities are in Slack that you can coordinate with people that do the same kind of business that you do, and you can learn from them as well. And since this is a cloud-based brokerage, you don't have to pay for having an office. You don't have to burn a lot of gas. I'm sitting here in my office in my house, and since 60% of my business is marketing, phone calls, and emails, I save a lot of time and energy just being right here, coordinating everything right here online. Now, if you know anything about building wealth, there's two ways to build wealth. One is to make more, the other one is to save more. Now, on a cloud-based brokerage, which one are you doing? Are you spending or are you saving more? So just like any other real estate brokerage firm, you're going to name a sponsor when you join up. Now with eXp, there's a little bit of difference. When you sign on with a sponsor, when you partner with an agent that's already with eXp, you get all the benefits that they have and the benefits from their upline. The reason that I joined eXp Realty under the Wolfpack with Mike Sherrard is because he has got a phenomenal training program for social media marketing. And I signed up in eXp under somebody that was in the Wolfpack for that specific reason, because that's where my weak point was social media marketing. Who do you think taught me how to step up my game with my YouTube channel, my Facebook, and my Instagram? So if you decide that you want to partner up with me, you're going to get access to the Wolfpack and Mike Sherrard as well. And then on top of that, when you're partnering with me, I've got 25 years experience as a real estate investor. I didn't start out as an agent. I learned from the investor side first. So I know deal structuring. So when you have a problem with a client that just wants to list their house, okay, fine. But that's only about 20% of the clients that you're going to run into. You're going to be running into people that want a cash offer. You're going to be running into people that have 48 hours before they lose their house and they're trying to sell their house fast. What do? Well, when you sign up with me, I'll be able to mentor you on all the little nuances and all the little strategies to be able to be a real estate problem solver. So if the current brokerage that you're at just pays you a commission check for all your transactions, that means that you're trading out time for money. And unfortunately, you know how this is going to end. This is only going to last as long as your mind holds out and your physical body holds out. Well, what happens after that? Your commission stops. Don't you want to have multiple incomes to be able to sustain you? Ultimately, what your end goal should be is that your day's paycheck, your day's income should be already made as soon as your feet hit the floor. Wouldn't that be nice? That way, the job that you're doing and the work that you're doing it because you want to, not because you have to. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you create passive income that builds wealth, whether you get out of bed or not. And that is where eXp Realty is phenomenal about being investor friendly. And that's why, again, I joined eXp because of that. I'm able to be a real estate investor and a real estate agent at the same time, depending on the client's needs and what they need the most. So think of it this way. A contractor is not going to build a house with just a hammer. And a mechanic is not going to fix your car with just one wrench, are they? No. So why would you try to do your job with just one strategy. You need to have multiple strategies. The more tools you have in your toolbox, the more people you can help, and the faster you can make money no matter what the situation. And that's the benefits of joining eXp Realty, because they have unlimited resources and tools to help you learn and grow your business. As a matter of fact, if you partner with me and join eXp Realty, you immediately get access to your choice of 3 CRMs. You can use Close, you can use BoldTrail, or you can choose Lofty, which any of those 3 are phenomenal databases to use for your marketing, for your CRM work, for everything. So if you're ready to get multiple income streams with the same effort than just a commission check, reach out to me, let us have a talk, and I'll give you all the inside scoops about eXp Realty and the benefits, and you can decide for yourself whether this is a move that you want to make, or if you're happy with just being a contractor with one hammer. You decide, and I'll talk to you on the next video.